If you look closely at the altarpiece of the main chapel, you'll notice that your eyes have been deceived. The altarpiece, which occupies the entire chapel surface, grabs your attention from the entrance of the church. But when you get closer, you see an illusion, a pictorial technique called trompe-l'oeil. It plays on perspectives and shades to fool us into seeing something that isn't there. Our altarpiece has hardly any relief, and, even though from the entrance it appears to have a concave depth and shape, in reality it is just a flat wall. Brothers Luis and Alejandro Gonzalez Velasquez are responsible for this effect, which also helps set the framework for the miracle scene, the imposition of the chasuble to Saint Ildefonsus and the descent of the Virgin among a choir of angels to deliver the cloth to the saint. On the main motif, you can see the image of Saint Eugene inside a medallion, which is also in a relief. On the sides, you'll appreciate the founding saints of the Society of Jesus, Saint Ignatius of Loyola, and Saint Francis Borgia. 11. Tabernacle. The tabernacle impedes uninterrupted vision of the central motif. It is a temple of a single architectural piece and is another work of the Gonzalez Velasquez brothers. To build it, they follow the patterns and models of the toned-down Baroque style of the 18th century, which is similar to Classicism. 14. The altarpiece of St. Joseph the Worker with the Child. Built in a Rococo style, the altarpiece comprises of a segment unfolded into 3 divisions and a garret made of gilded wood. In the columns, we see abundant decoration in the form of rocks and shells. A superb image of St. Joseph with the Child presides over it, which was done by Herman Lopez de Mejia in around 1759. It was a donation from the Carpenters Guild of Toledo to the parish of St. John the Baptist. Towers. Now we'll climb the 131 steps that separate us from the heavens by entering through the left transept door. Anyone who suffers from vertigo, cardiac, or respiratory issues should exercise caution when climbing the stairs. Those who make it to the top will discover the views are well worth the effort. Before reaching the top of the first tower, we'll pass through the colonnade that takes us to the grandstands, whose balconies provide superb views of the church. When you open the door that leads to the tower, you may be shocked to see the red metal stairs that go up towards the heavens. Along the way, you can enjoy looking through the openings in anticipation of what lies above. In the first bell tower, you'll be greeted by the crisp Toledo air. In the left window, you'll see the hills that surround Toledo and stretch across the Tagus. You can see the famous Toledo country houses called cigarellas, surrounded by olives, cypresses, and holm oaks. Looking down a little, the streets of Toledo seem narrower than ever before. At the front, you'll get a glimpse of the cityscape from the center of the viewpoint. To do so, you'll need to open the door and cross the roof along the walkway. The cityscape revolves around the magnificent cathedral tower, which marks the center of town. You can appreciate how high it is from this position because you're currently at the same height. You can also see its Gothic facade and cloister. Nearby to your right, 2 sharp-pointed slate towers appear, the first of which is Toledo City Hall, designed and built by the son of El Greco. If you cast your gaze to the right, you'll also see the dome of the Church of San Marcos. Going back to the tower of the cathedral, if you look further afield, you'll see the valley, with its hermitage dedicated to the Virgin of the same name, and a typical Mediterranean forest landscape. Now, shifting your eyes to the left of the slender tower, you'll see 4 other towers jut out above everything else, even above you. There, in the furthest part of the quarter, is the Alcazar. You can also realize how intricate the streets of the city are, and how its homes and monuments seem to pile on top of each other in a futile search for more space. If you turn around the other way, the gable roof of the Jesuits takes you to its imposing dome, where you can appreciate what we saw earlier, its timbre, octagonal shape, and slate roof. Behind are the towers of St. Peter Martyr and St. Romain. Now make your way to the next tower, which is where you'll go downstairs to finish the tour of the church. Through one of the windows here, you'll see Alfonso X Street and the old professed house of the Society of Jesus, in addition to a new perspective of the cityscape. Behind it is the Lorenzana Palace, which was designed as a university and is used as an administrative building today. Before heading down the tower, take a look at the last opening to admire the modern city of New Toledo.